Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my channel. My name is Paul, and with me today is Chris Chaki from Giants, the community coordinator, and a really cool dude. Hello, Chris.
Hello, everybody. Sorry, that was my the other voice. Hello, everybody. My name is Chris, aka Chaki. Hello, my dear alien Paul.
Hey,
How
hey,
are you
hey.
doing?
First, I'm checking if the sound is okay. Can anybody in the chat please give us a little feedback, because I have no clue if OBS did right today or not. I have to fight every stream against it.
Well, it looks like at least Ben has heard us, so.
Okay, then hello Pico, hello Leon Crafter, hello Ben, SMI Modding Matthew, hello Boogie, hello Fatty Gabi, hello Schlossbauer, Berg, Mowgli, hello. Sound is perfect. Okay. So, yeah, so long time not seen, right?
It's been a while, yeah.
Is it 2 or 3 years? I still haven't figured it out.
Well, seen like in the flesh, I think the last time I saw you at Gamescom,
Yeah.
2019. But we also did the Maze Plus.
Yeah.
That I forgot when that was. That was at least half a year ago.
I think it was in the stream with FS Club. That was when we tried or prepared to release a Charwell. That has to be back in May or June, I would say.
So pretty much a year ago.
Happy anniversary! So, did you recognize anything that we did or I did in the last year then, or?
Of course, the name Maze Plus, for example, came up a lot because it's a very popular mod.
Really?
Who figured it out? Who knew that this mod that adds a lot of gameplay is popular?
Yeah, it really makes me proud, to be honest, because we depend and rely on the Seasons mod, because Realismus Modding did a great job on it, and we really have to put all our stuff on top of it. But yeah, the whole community around it is so friendly and so kind, and I'm so happy with it. I really love all the feedback that we get from the people, but I never got any feedback from you guys.
Why didn't you ask?
I do now. You cannot imagine the first time you were on the was it the stream or was it the podcast? I'm not sure.
It was a stream. We were checking out Charwell.
No. I mean, was it the podcast, the first podcast that you did, or was it the stream with Clutch and DJ, where you mentioned Maze Plus? And I was yes, Giants recognized us. Yes.
Well, I don't know anymore.
Yeah, you
God,
you
I say way too much. I can't remember everything I say.
It was like a knighthood. It was so finally, because all the people out there, they think that we are completely and totally involved in anything that goes around the farm sim. Of course, we are not. Could you please?
Your modding team.
Yeah. So
you're not like involved like you. No.
We don't get any information. We just have to figure it out, like all you guys out there too. So please don't ask us if we know anything about the next FS, because I don't know. And Witchy's there. Hey Witch, Boduk,
hey, Witchy.
Iggy. So Witchy, please be kind. I think today we don't have to ban that much, because I put in some bad words in the YouTube algorithm. So
you put bad word, that's gonna kill the algorithm.
No, just there are several words what people are asking if this or that mod will be released, and I said don't do that because I get angry, and when I get angry I will block the words, and I have no clue how it's working, but if they pop up and then the people get kicked or whatever, it's so interesting.
Well, if the typical bots usually just remove the line that contains the bad word and are then like, don't do that.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm a newbie. I'm a totally newbie. So what I remember is the first time that I saw you, it was in boot camp in Erlangen when I
Yes.
started with Astragon Hektarhelden. I think you were at Giants for that time for a couple of
I was
weeks
already.
only.
No, months.
Month?
The boot camp was like in summer, around June or even May or July even.
I'm not sure anymore.
I don't know anymore either. It's been too long, and honestly, remembering when people were able to visit our office, it's like that memory is fading. Thank you, COVID. But yeah, I was with Giants for some time already. There, like enough that I felt secure and safely. Usually when I start a new job, I have to, you have the time. You feel like you still need to adjust a little bit to office culture and get to know everything. And by that time, I was already out of it. And by now, I've been so long with Giants that I'm kind of like, have I ever not been at Giants? I mean, I definitely know that I've not been at Giants because I have memories from my time in the UK, from my time in Ireland. But you know how this is. Sometimes you get that feeling where you're like, wow, have I ever done anything else?
Yeah. But we kind of both started our involvement with FS19. Is this correct?
Yes. I am a bit of a latecomer to Farming Simulator. I started with FS17 on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it wasn't called FS17 and just FS Nintendo Switch Edition. And I started in March of 2019, like right before the Anderson DLC dropped. So I didn't see the FS19 launch. So FS22 is gonna be my first Farming Simulator launch, and I am excited!
Yeah, me too. Oh, I'm so excited for it. You have no idea. I mean, probably you have, because
I can say from having been at game launches that I've been heavily involved with, there is a very, very big difference if you're a player or if you're a developer. I am pretty sure that if you're a modder, it's also a whole nother angle to come at it, for example.
Yeah.
Like, that is, though, something I'm probably not going to experience because I can't mod.
Who will tell? I mean, before FS19, I just played around with some stuff for myself, some XML stuff, so really noob stuff, and I would never ever call me a modder. Then with FS19, I started in the FSL with the Hektarhelden, then as team captain for Lindner, and I really learned a lot about the game and the people who are involved, because it was a blast to see you guys from Giants or the other teams where really big numbers and big guys as modders are involved. And only after I left the FSL, I started with Maze Plus. So I started out as a totally noob, got involved with you guys, and then I started modding, and then we created Farming Agency and all that stuff. So I'm pretty new to it too. So that's where we kind of have similar memories.
Experiences.
Yeah, experiences. Sorry. So I promised some guys that I will do some smaller and some bigger spoilers. I will do them for you too, so that you have to think about something, maybe. Or maybe
thinking?
Not. Yeah.
Now, at this time, at this day, concentrated entirely in my flat?
John, much more. Hey, Jasper.
Oh boy, I hope I managed that.
So I'm standing here in front of some seat bags from
So yeah,
from one of our partner. I mean, the biggest problem is most of the partners we got are German partners. So it's a really big seating company from Germany. It's DSV Saaten. And we will bring all the seats that they got into the farm sim with the seat bags and all that stuff. And now I can announce someone new that is
the cow.
Deutsche Tiernahrung Krämer called Deuka. I don't know if you know it. They got these yellow trucks with big Deuka. It's a really, really old German food company for animal food. I cannot remember a day without any food from them for our animals. We are now partners with them too. And with DSV Saaten or Seats, we will work on the project Terra Life. I'm not sure if you heard about that.
I have not yet.
No?
But, do tell.
Okay,
What
so
is it?
yeah, Terra Life is basically food for the ground. We are all around feeding and crops and all that stuff. So we thought about, what about the fields? How do you cultivate them? How do you bring all the stuff into it? And it's greening that you do seed after. For example, you harvest barley, then you put in the greening. It stays over winter, and in spring you do no-till, for example, sugar beet in it or something like that. So it's a whole variety of planting and feeding the ground with supplements and all that stuff. And we were so pumped when you guys announced precision farming, because it totally complements precision farming. I can only say thank you that you did it.
Don't mention it. I mean, big shout out here goes to the EIT food from the European Union, and John Deere, who is working with them to make this all happen.
Yeah. And
oh, by the way, at this point, I want to hijack it a little bit because I've seen that question already. No, precision farming is not yet done.
It's a 2 years project, right?
Yeah.
But a question to it is, or does this 2 years project mean 2 years of development or 2 years overall in-game?
Well, in-game is a little bit hard, considering you can set up the timescale in-game.
No, I
get what you mean.
Okay.
I was just making a joke. By the way, I changed my microphone to my good microphone, so you all hear me much better now.
Oh,
forgot
erotic.
to do that at the start.
Erotic.
Nice, right? Nice. So I don't know if it's how these 2 years are to be interpreted at the drop of my hat. So I need to ask that because I haven't read the contract.
Oh, okay. Because for us, it's really important that we get a little bit more into it. For example, not only nitrogen, we love to see phosphor and kalium, because these are the basic blocks that you need to do real good farming to get it all in. And this is where we totally rely on with Terra Life. And by when we look back the last 1 or 1.5 years, how much energy and fun the community had with Maze Plus and all that stuff, I really thought it couldn't get any better. But I heard something about the new farm sim that will be released in the fourth quarter. It was, I guess, right?
Yes.
That you guys are working on a lot, so to say.
Pretty much, yeah. That's very carefully.
Yeah, I have to be careful because I know the drill, and I don't want to put me in.
I mean, I'm just gonna tell you what I can't tell you.
Yeah,
like I will tell you, hey, can't talk about this right now. Sorry.
So I will try to keep the questions the way that you are okayish with to answer, so that you don't have to block every question I'm putting out there. But
totally feel free to. I will tell you when it's not possible. You know the drill.
Yeah, I know it. I know it. So, did you hear about that? We ran into so many limitations from the old engine that we really got crazy over time.
Yeah, I heard of that.
Okay, so I heard that you guys are working on lifting some of them.
Depends on what. Like, general, the goal with LS22 or FS22's new engine update is optimization.
Yeah.
So the whole game will run a lot smoother than, for example, FS19 does right now, because we bring in stuff like texture streaming and what's it called? Yeah, right, occlusion culling.
I cannot remember it.
For a moment. I had to think for a moment because I remembered occlusion because so we were recording the podcast yesterday. That's coming out tomorrow, by the way, on Spotify, Apple Music, blah, blah, blah. Quick shill here. So we were actually talking about, because we got a lot of questions like, what does this do? Texture streaming, occlusion culling, etc. What does this really? What's the gist here? Sounds like a fancy buzzword, but what does it actually do?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the big goal of FS22's optimizations, is like to bring the game into make it a lot more playable, get more FPS out of it, squeeze more power out of the resources that you're getting from your console or from your PC. So that's going to be fun. The only people who don't need to care about that are Stadia players.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
they have like supercomputers.
Yeah, I have no idea how Stadia works, to be honest. Last week I got some information on it, but I mean, I'm still that guy who wants a hard copy of FS in the shelf, because I'm that old, and this is pretty much the same with the Stadia, right? Where
I get that, but if you want, I can quickly explain how it works.
Really. Yeah, sure, please do.
Okay, so for those interested, Stadia's thing is that you subscribe to their service or you buy games with them, and then you can stream these games to any device that's Stadia compatible. To my knowledge, that's pretty much every PC, every Mac. Google Chromecasts, for example, are compatible. You know, Chromecasts are little devices that you can put on your TV and then stream over to your TV, various YouTube videos, for example. I do that really often, that I put YouTube playlists on my TV.
Okay.
And even Google phones, and later on they want to expand it to more phones. The idea is really you play the game as it is, like it's being streamed. Actually, you don't have the game running on any of these devices. You just stream to it.
Okay.
And as an idea, this is very cool, but I'm also one of these people, I kind of want to own the game in the sense that I buy it and have it somehow, etc. So personally, I'm not a Stadia fan, but I know a lot of people who are.
You know that I ran into a very big problem. I mean, you know that I did, because I called you when I had the hard copy of the game and I tried to set it to English.
Yeah.
It didn't work, so I had to get a code for a download version. Because when you buy it in a shop here in Germany, you get only the German version. You cannot switch to English. It's pretty annoying. But so this is where I paid my my thing for having a hard copy. But how does it work with modifications? Is it
right now it doesn't support any kind of mods for any game.
So the basic game is on a stream server, and you can connect to the stream server and play the vanilla game and the DLCs that you provide.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is probably one of the reasons why for Farming Simulator players it hasn't yet taken off as much as it could have, which is understandable, but unfortunately not something that we really have any leverage in. I know that Google is working on this.
Is it so? It is also not working with the mods from ModHub. So it's really only the basic game. So it's not an option for console players who were not able to get a new console to level up a little bit the graphics and stuff, because you don't.
Unfortunately, not. No.
Okay, I get it. It's sad.
Yeah. It's a shame, but on the other hand, it's still a young technology, and there's a few other services out there. Bergdurmus said Before Now, for example, is very similar. I think we're on that too, but I am not 100% sure on it. These streaming services, like, we have not a lot of players on them, so I don't know at the drop of my head all the details about them.
But
I would, for example, with PlayStation 4, I know so much stuff about PlayStations, and I haven't had a PlayStation in years.
But do you have to provide the servers for them, or does this?
No.
So it's pretty much you sell your copies to them and to the streaming service, and they sell not a copy, but they sell the right to stream on them.
Basically.
So you
like really roughly said, like I don't want to say like that's the definite legal definition, because I am not a legal expert, you know?
Me neither. It's just for the simplification of it. So basically, you sell one copy to one streaming service, and they earn money from 10,000s of people who stream on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know how it is with Steam, for example, where there is a certain split that Steam gets. It's the same with every platform. It's the same with Sony. It's the same with Microsoft.
So
that's just how it works. That's basically that's basically the fee for getting to use their services, and those are pretty good services.
I mean, I'm in the middle of getting a new internet connection, so I would say I think you need a basic speed of your connection to play well on a streaming service, I would say.
Yep. This is also one of the reasons why it didn't yet take off in Germany.
It's a shame, but it is how it is.
That is the unfortunate truth about German logistics, and it's a bit sad coming from, like, I've lived in the UK before, and by comparison, the UK internet infrastructure is just so much better.
So, but to get to the hard stuff a little bit more, what I heard. you see, you got the stream open too. You see
I see something. I see something very lovely.
Yeah, you see it's the animal food what you can put into the mixer wagon. It's like maize silage, whole crop silage, hay. That can also be.
That is too small for me to read.
Okay, then I'll read it for you. It's maize silage, whole crop silage, hay, straw, grass silage, clover silage, alfalfa silage, soybeans, sugar beets. And with Deuker now being our partner, and with our Maize Plus update for FS19 in the making at the moment, we are adding much more food to it to make it more realistic, more complex, but with the possibility for people to use it or not use it. So there will be a lot of ingredients, but you can choose if you want to put them in there or if you don't. Because this is something that we learned, that it's that there are a lot of people out there that want to play with it, but not the hardcore way, right? So the feeding and the beautiful ladies here, I heard and I saw that you guys did a really decent job on them for the next farm sim.
Yeah, the new models, huh?
Yeah. So the biggest question that bothers me the most is who measured them? Are they right scaled? Is the new partner of Giants, Herman, able to knock you out and say, "Come on, guys, a cow is only 130, not 230"? Will they
Depends
be
on the kind of cow?
Yeah, I mean, will they be normal sized? Because they look gorgeous. I mean, the picture that you guys posted from the cow, and there are even there's a cow lifting up, and I don't know how they called in English, but this Braunvieh.
There she goes.
The brown cow, the new cow model that you got.
Control to major cow.
They are Switzerland cows. So can I suggest that?
Sorry,
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The cow that is lying on the picture, this brown fee, is a cow that is mostly in Switzerland. And do I assume right that the models are well made, that they are well measured, and that Hermann said our stables are in a scale 1 by 1, so your cows have to fit in?
I don't know, but I reckon that we don't have any CAD files for cows.
Yeah.
The official manufacturer of cows hasn't shared these with us yet. We did ask, but we haven't gotten any answer yet.
Okay. No, I mean the main problem and the funny thing on it is, I think it was last year when Vertex was in Erlangen for an interview with you guys, and
Yes.
they had a list
I think
of
that was 1.5 years.
yeah, something like that. Time flies.
That was before COVID.
Time flies. And they asked, because there was also a question that I asked them to ask you guys. It was, is there a possibility that you will open up the animal system a little bit more, so that we can maybe create our own animals, or alter the size of the animals? And at that point, at that time, you guys said no. We won't, but I think it was before you announced that you will delay the release.
I can't say that yet. So the thing for right now is that a lot of the modding specific stuff is still in flux. The game isn't done yet. We're still working on it. We're still polishing a few things. It might happen that, like, basically, a lot of people currently are asking us already for modding documentation, or that we give out the modding documentation early.
I won't. I won't.
No, it's fine. It's a natural question. The problem with that is that the game is still in flux. Like I said, we can't right now, for example, give out any of this documentation because it might still change.
Yeah.
So what we want to avoid, first of all, is of course giving out information that's still changing. But for me personally, also very important that we're not yet giving it out is we don't want somebody to start making their mod, and then a month later we decide, okay, damn, we need to change this one thing. Oh no, 20 modders now need to readjust, and basically did a whole week of work for nothing.
I have to say, honey, we would love, or we would have loved it if we had some information before you released Precision Farming. When it was done.
Yeah,
but it's outsourced, right? So you don't have the saying that much in it, I would say, I would guess.
I don't think it's out. No, it's not outsourced. We're making it.
Yeah. So okay. So
we're just partnered with EIT, who is delivering information, and is basically one of the stakeholders.
okay. So I can. Yeah. Okay. Then I think you are, as a community coordinator, you got your paper and your pen in front of you for community questions, right?
I call it notepad.exe.
You're so
We're
modern.
welcome in 2021. How old are you again? 57?
No, not yet. I'm getting 50 in January. But funny as it is, I was shopping today with my ex, and she's working for a very big company, and they had a total fallout of the complete computer system, right?
Oh, no.
And she is the only one who does, since 30 years, all with paper and pen on top of the electronics. So she was today the only one in the whole company with 500 or 600 people who really actually got all stuff in front of her. So this is never, it will never be outsourced. Paper and pen will never be outsourced.
No, of course not. And it's always good to have a contingency plan.
Yeah. So, but what I'm basically asking or begging for is, I mean, I hope that we are now at a point that we are a little bit more recognized with the stuff that we do, that we are not completely bonkers or crazy, so that we really depend on some information to get all the stuff earlier into it, into the new game. Because you know how it is. As Lars said, the first 3 months will be when is this mod coming out? When is that mod coming out? FS22 is shit compared to the FS19 because no mods and all that stuff, right? You know the stuff how it's working.
Yeah, I'm expecting a lot of that.
Yeah. So what I'm basically telling our community is that I feel that we got a really, really good connection to you guys because I think we are asking kindly. We are waiting if and when you will provide information for us. And but I just want you to know that we are really in need of some of them. Because I really don't know what to tell our community, how much and how many of our modifications we can bring into the next one or what our plans are. I'm basically in the same boat as you are, just I don't have the pressure of working for a company, right?
Yeah.
And as I told you before we started the stream, we only have released 40% of the stuff that we wanted to make, because of some of the restrictions in the game, where we really hope that they will be a little bit, increased or
Softer.
Yeah, softer. Or I mean, the best would be if it would be increased or delayed, not delayed, deleted, but it's not possible because of PS4 and all that stuff. So it's pretty sure. But we are only looking at the PC part of the game. So we really hope that we can do something like this mod only works for PC because of, and that we get some information there that we can get early on to convert or mod our stuff. So for you guys in the chat, we are working on it. We are depending on it, but it's all, like Chris said, what's not yet done can't be shared, right?
Yep, pretty much. I mean, what we basically have is we have a rough marketing plan, which is like, at this point, we would like to talk about this and that. And we always need to make sure that these features that we want to show off at this point are also then ready to be shown off.
Yeah.
Something where our head of marketing sits together with our executive producer, and then we go over this and be like, okay, this, let's go. So we have a rough idea what people want to hear, of course, and a rough idea what we want people to hear, of course. So we plan that throughout, because it's we also are very excited about a few things that we want to show off. We want to show off the new seasonal gameplay, for example.
Yeah.
But so far we weren't able to. Stay tuned.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good thing and a bad thing. I mean, we are still half of a year into the old game, so people already asking, "Oh, will you still make this mod or that mod?" Of course, we are working as intended. We are working our asses off, so to say, to get our stuff done. But there are several things that we said, okay, this project is done for FS19. We will wait and concentrate on FS22 later on, because there should be much more possibilities for us to alter certain stuff. But I mean, half of a year means at least 4 months for you guys work before you get into polishing. Is this correct? So 2 months before release is hard to say, right?
That depends a little bit on a lot of factors. Like, I can't even say that. Usually you try to keep the last quarter of development for polishing. Usually.
Okay.
And we're talking here in a very rough, usually, because every game is very unique and has a very specific requirements and as to what timelines you can use them.
No, sorry.
Okay.
You-
So we will probably go into polishing at around probably at the end of summer, but this is not something we really communicate at some point where we're going, hey, now we go into polishing phase, because
You
polishing
can't.
can also still mean that we still need to rework something
Yeah.
to polish it.
Yeah.
So it's always a little bit weird and not as clearly defined, especially when you need to talk to people who aren't in development itself.
Yeah, this is really something that I didn't get 2 years ago. I had no idea that is basically the reason why I was so annoying to you guys, because when I saw a problem, I wanted to fix it, or I wanted to have it fixed straight away. And with the whole Maze Plus stuff, I really learned that you can plan to do a mod and release them next week, but there is no problem at all to put 6 months on top of it because something went wrong and you don't have any idea how to fix it. It is so easy in with this complex farm sim. I mean, it's a really complex game. Yeah, when people say, Giants engine is shitty, take Cry engine, whatever, they have no idea what really is necessary to make all this stuff run like it does. So I had no idea what was needed to make the game as it is now. Now, I mean, I don't know. I do not know it now more than 2 years ago, but I know now that it is much more into it than I thought 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, like the basics is that an engine is a toolbox, and the toolbox is two things come with a toolbox. First of all, it's only as good as the person wielding the tools. And secondly, it's only as useful as a toolbox if the tools you have in the toolbox are good for the task you're having.
Yeah.
If I get a carpenter's toolbox, I will have a hard time being a blacksmith. Like, I will have some tools that I can kind of use, but gonna be a really hard making, I don't know, a sword with a saw.
But I can vouch for you. You can really make a very good coffee, and you really are able to order very good pizza. That's what I can vouch for.
True, I can press one mean button on our coffee machine. I think you haven't even seen our new coffee machine. Have you?
No.
It's so good. It actually got me addicted hard to coffee, to the point where during the weekends when I didn't drink coffee, I would get migraines. So since half a year, I am completely clean of coffee. I drank one coffee a few weeks ago.
Okay.
And I haven't touched it ever since, because I really don't want to fall back into this habit. It really became a habit. It was so bad. But yeah, it's really cool. But yeah, an engine is a toolbox, and we have a lot of people who know our toolbox. And the most important thing is we make this toolbox ourselves.
Yeah.
We have total information what this toolbox does and how its inner workings are, so we can 100% figure out what's going on with it. Like, you see a lot of indie studios, for example, that go into Unity, which is, for example, a very powerful engine. That's actually a really cool engine. I think Berg was talking about it earlier, because it comes with occlusion culling, for example, by default.
Oh, sorry. Hello, Derp. Nice that you're here. Sorry, I totally overread you. I'm sorry.
Now, by the way, hello everybody who joined and who we forgot to say hi today.
Yeah.
So nice of you all to be here. I've seen Payne, I've seen Derp, I've seen Witchy. Witchy we already talked about. So the thing is, if we were to switch engines, we would need to get rid of a lot of talent that we're currently having in the studio, because they have no awareness of how Unity works, for example.
Yeah, I mean,
and that would be bad.
I mean, the Giants engine, what people most of the time misunderstand, in my opinion, is they think some of them say it's a crappy engine, bad performance, stuff like. I was singing the same song years ago, but what would we all have out of it if the engine would max out everything and non-regular PC or console could run the game with more than 5 FPS?
I mean, it's not even that. It's more a question of, can we even do the same things we want to do that we do in Farming Simulator with another engine?
No.
And the answer is we probably could, but it's a pretty infamous tale that people sometimes try to shoehorn a pre-made engine and all its assets that exist out there into a role that the engine isn't naturally suited for. There's a lot of horror stories about that. Some more exaggerated than others. You can, of course, do it, but then you'd need help from the team of engineers that made the original engine. And with these pre-made engines, you usually don't get that direct access to them. Like an example that I know because I actually have friends there, the CryEngine, for example, you tend to get rather good support with them because they have a dedicated team for it. So, for example, but with Unity, for example, I don't know it. And yeah, there's always like the tales of indie studios that just struggle with getting the engine to work, doing what they want it to do. And here we have the Giants engine, which is custom made by us, for us, doing exactly what we want it to do, that we always improve upon, like with every iteration. And with every little bit that we attach to it and streamline, and sometimes, you go back and you're like, okay, now we run a lot of optimization things, which, as we said earlier, Farming Simulator 22 is big on that one with the latest engine update.
I would probably say that the farming agency and Maze Plus became a pain in the ass of Giants over the last 12 months.
Did it?
Yeah, I mean, I was in the beginning. Rakin was very helpful with stuff that how we could implement stuff and make it run smoothly with the seasons and all that stuff, and he really helped out a lot so that Modelleicher could do some clean scripting, that we don't have any mod conflicts. I mean, we have only 2 known mod conflicts at the moment, and this is one with Bunker Silo, who's from Elki, who uses the same bunker switcher as we do, and this is the only conflict because it's not really a conflict, but if you use two switches that use different fill types, it will conflict, but it's known, so that you don't have to play Bunker Silo or Maze Plus. Yeah, and the other is enhanced BGA, where a guy just changes the way the BGA works in general. So these are the only 2 mod conflicts, and this is for a complex modification like Maze Plus. Really a good thing, because I know a lot of stuff out there that has conflicts with everything. But yeah, I mean, Rakin sent me a post. He said, just stop adding stuff. because we got rid of one limitation, and then I said, yeah, well, and he said, yeah, we can increase the other one, 64. I said, well, Rakin, we are at 127 already. He said, just stop adding stuff. So I think there's no limit in FarmSim that we didn't try to break or hit already. So I'm really
at some point, I think the lesson here is that at some point you need to learn to stop.
Yeah, or as you guys did, you made an optimization of the engine.
Yeah.
Because it was shown that the limits were really outdated from far back, and with all the optimization that you guys did, they are not necessary anymore. So they are basic numbers, but not really limits that have to be in there. And this is something that makes me really proud that the community and the developer can complement each other to make the game even better. And oh boy, I really love FarmSim. I mean, who figured it, right? So
I imagine you do.
So I'm really pumped for the next game, but there are still so many question marks. I mean, I'm standing here in a wheat field with the trim lines, and yeah, this is a problem that we are working on at the moment. You see the trim lines, you see the foliage on the ground, and the grid of the ground is way too big to make slimmer trim lines and all that stuff. When I was in boot camp 2 years ago, I was at the table of Face, and he showed me a way to make the grid smaller. He showed it on Felsbrunn. Back in the days, he had an 8700K and a 1080 Ti and 64 gigs of RAM, I think. And he made the grid as small as possible. He started up the game, Felsbrunn. No modifications, nothing in there, just Felsbrunn. He started the game, and we had between 1 and 3 FPS.
Yeah.
So, this is the example that I always say to people when they say, we need dynamic ground and all that stuff. When I say you need a grid that is that small to make it really dynamic, and there's no computer out there at the moment capable of running that. So what is the thing?
I mean, you can run it at 1, 2, 3 FPS. If that is a cinematic gaming experience for you.
No, but we are working on altering the grid at the moment to make it playable, but still, with a good FPS playable, but also for the optics a little bit more, nicer, so to say. But maybe you guessed it, we are running into limitations of the engine. Hard-coded limitations, not limitations of that the engine is the limit. It's just the line of code that says until here, not further. So this is where my biggest hope is that with the so much powerful new console generation, I think you even have more helpers now possible and more slot counts. Did you increase the slot count for the older even too?
So we didn't talk about helpers, so no idea where you get that from. But at least in terms of slot count usage, what's basically going on is that we will use them more efficiently. So even to the point that PS4 and Xbox One will benefit from it. How exactly that will look, stay tuned.
Just to clarify something, I'm a good listener, and
are you?
Yeah. Even I'm talking so much that you have to shut my mouth down separately when I'm dying. No, but with the new consoles already being on FS19, is one of the features that those consoles can handle more helpers already. So it's not a secret or something like that, but it's a possible in-game situation at the moment.
Well, I haven't yet seen that confirmed anywhere from us.
I've been told by several console players. So a rumor? Maybe. Was there a spoiler that in the next farm sim there will be more helpers possible?
I'm just scrolling. I'm just scrolling over our thingy. Because so I don't know. Usually, what I say when people ask is that we're working to help us support players even more when having to do multiple activities at the same time. So I think a few people inferred from that it's going to be more helpers. But
No, it is really because I think it was because of the slot count. I think on the new consoles there's more slot count in FS19. Not talking about FS22. FS19.
Well, FS19 hasn't gotten any update for the PS5, so that's the same version that's just running a lot smoother because it has more resources available.
Yeah, and more slots, right?
As far as I know, it doesn't. But to be fair, I've not played on the new consoles. Like,
who has? Who has?
Right now, I have one console, and it's an Xbox One. I have no plans to upgrade because all I use it for is watching Netflix and YouTube. Because it's my media center. So I am not a console player. despite having one and using it, I'm a little bit weird there.
I mean,
But
greetings go out to DJ Goham. I would say he has got 20 of them or so.
at least,
Just a rumor.
just a rumor.
Hey, just to lighten it up a little bit, what would be a good challenge or a good question for someone to win a giveaway? I want to make a giveaway tonight from the Alpine DLC for someone.
Uh-huh.
But do you have any idea what we could do for them to challenge to get into?
Yeah, what color T-shirt are you wearing today?
Oh, that could be pretty much hard.
Or super easy in my case. I only wear pretty much have 90% black T-shirts.
Yeah, and it's really hot in here, so.
Too much information.
No, I really, but I have to have a look at myself now. Yeah, but may we do the answer in the chat, or shall we say do it in the Discord?
I honestly, I'll leave that up to you. I think chat would be perfect because people who are in chat are the people who are actually watching, and they deserve to be part of this giveaway. And who isn't watching doesn't. I think that sounds harsh, but I think fair.
Yeah, but then we already got a winner.
Do we?
Yeah.
We have 36 people watching. Several people will respond with the same answer. You just need to draw one of them.
Okay, then I will. Okay, you see, paper, pen. I got none here.
I don't see that now.
Okay, I will notify. Oh boy.
I mean, if you want to have a specific question that you can for sure answer right, then a math problem would work.
No, it's fine. It's fine with the T-shirt. It's fine because it's a pretty decent color. So
I say orange.
that would be nice. Oranje.
Oh, not because of that. I just really like orange as a color.
But you guys know that I will have to rewatch the stream so that the giveaway will be maybe tomorrow then, because I have to notify all of them.
Oh boy. Well, that sounds like you need a streaming bot who can do giveaways for you.
Yeah, I really have to upgrade. But for you guys here, I deleted all the super chats and all the stuff that is possible to give any money away on the stream, because YouTube takes 50% and I'm not willing to do so. So if you want to donate or leave a tip or something like that, please use the PayPal link below the video. So there's no super chat possible, so don't try it, please. And Sven says, John Deere Green, you are an ass. I mean, Chris is probably the only one here in stream and chat who knows that I really didn't like John Deere that much, because they are opponents from us, competitors in the FSL. But Sven knows that I'm really loving the John Deere tractors, and on my Geiselsberg save game, I'm only playing John Deere. So it's not that impossible that I would have something like that. Okay, so what did we learn now? We didn't learn any. You guys did new textures for the plants, right?
There is improvements in the textures. Yeah, some of them are done new, some of them are just improved. It's really, this game has a lot of textures, so forgive me that I don't know encyclopedically how many have been improved and how many are completely new.
I mean, I'm only interested in the plants. The other textures. I mean, I would say the texture system for the machines with the UDIM and all that stuff is pretty perfect. I'm not sure if there are any improvements necessary, or it is. I'm sure that it's not a complete overdue of this stuff. But what I saw was, and it made me really proud too, was when you released the Alpine DLC with Erlengrad. You guys finally put in some flowers in the animal husbandries. And I said, well, we did it a year ago, but nice try. But on the screenshot from the Hermann stable, there are no flowers anymore on the grass, but you can see outside of the husbandry, you see the Erlengrad grass. So this is where my question comes from. If you did finally do 2 separate grass textures, if you can answer that at all.
So I don't know how it will work exactly. Maybe it's a thing that will only be in the barn structure stable,
Yeah.
where the grass is without flowers, because it's a stable. There is supposed to be the grass is supposed to be a little bit cleaner there to show that this is well kept and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But we will see. I can't say right now because I actually don't know that. It's a good question though.
Where I'm really scared at is we have the limitation of 32 growable fruits in FarmSim. You can increase it by tricking a little bit so that you can put 32 growables and 32 deco foliages behind so that you get 64. And Seasons did an overdue of the growing system. With Seasons, you can have 64 growable fruits. So where I'm scared of is that you guys announced some new crops, and that you put in new crops and didn't increase the limit. This is really something, like with the animals, the size, something that really bothers me a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a very technical question again.
I know.
Wow, I feel a little bit inadequate to actually answer that.
Paper pen, call me later.
Paper pen. Yeah, can't say right now. Like, I hinted at. Definitely something I would hope that we increase that, or if we didn't rework the system completely, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's what in my opinion, FarmSim 19 is, except of the limitations, one of the best games out there with variety of modability, playability, the age of the players. It goes from 6 to 60 or even older. It's youth friendly. It's educational. It's. I mean,
it's an amazing game.
Yeah, it is.
If I can pat ourselves on the back here a little bit.
No, it is. It is really. It is. And I thought that Erlengrad was, or the Alpine DLC was the former planned release map, main map of FS21 before you delayed it. So I was hoping that FS21 at that time wouldn't be that much of a change, just a little bit polishing. But now with 1 year more and with really getting the new consoles into it, and the announcements that you guys made, I mean, all the stuff for the textures and the rendering and all that, that the engine only renders the stuff that you actually see, that the back wall of a building is not rendered and all that stuff. I mean, I have no idea, but FS22, if it's done well and right and stays on for probably even longer than FS19, it will be the game to go to for me. I mean, it's really that where we put so much effort into ourselves, and we are really proud that our community likes what we do, and we really like what you do, guys. So that will be a big celebration. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I definitely hope that many people will see it that way, because there is a lot of effort put into FS22. And I've said it a lot today. I'm super excited for this launch. It's maybe I will even cry because it's gonna be emotional. Like if you launch a game, you launch a baby, and that's always awesome. And I really, really hope that a lot of people will. Just because I see it now, people asking about Fact Sheet Friday. Yes, we will bring Fact Sheet Friday back. When we will bring it back, we don't know yet. Well, we haven't announced it. We have a bit of an idea, but it's being something that we definitely will do. So stay tuned.
I think with the possibilities that we have, or that you guys got shown by the community. I mean, there are so many great modifications out there who max out the possibilities. Not even the skill level, or how to say so, but just to polish the game here and there a little bit. How far or how big is the impact of the community mods for a new release cycle of the farm sim, for a new game that you develop? When is the point where you say, okay, we saw a lot of good stuff in the community, there seems to be interest in there, maybe we can take it in? Is it from this game to the next, or is it from this game to the next after? How long do you guys need or take to increase stuff in the game?
So hard to answer that one, because sometimes it's not even then, hey, a modder did something cool, we need to make this a base game thing. Oftentimes we had that idea ourselves for quite some time. You were talking about the grass, for example, in Alpine, and I can guarantee you that we might have been on that grass for some time to use it and polish it and stuff. But the realities of game development is really, really weird a lot of times, that you need to postpone certain things, and so it can happen with other features. We would like, for example, I don't have a good example right now. Without breaking any NDAs. Damn it. But like we always look at what do people ask for? Can we bring this into this game? Do we need to wait for another iteration? Do we need to shove it back even later? The common blocker is that we need to develop this whole thing as well. Like we need to figure out how can we do it? How can we do it with the possibilities that we have? You said earlier that the fruit limit can be increased with a bit of trickery. For example, we don't want to resort to weird trickery because we own the engine.
Yeah.
So we often need to come to this from a completely different direction as modders would, for example.
Yeah, because you also have to consider, if you increase this limit, what does it break on the other end for? I mean, you are basically, oh, I don't know the word.
Say it in German. Maybe
für die Konsolenhersteller verantwortlich für die ganzen.
Now I don't remember what Verantwortung.
Yeah, me neither.
Come on. Come on! I know a scene in a movie where they use this word. Responsibility.
Yeah, so you're responsibility. You are responsible for stuff that could break the console. So you are not on the easy way to just increase, fix, and whatever, right?
Yeah. For example, like we need to keep in mind that we want to have as many people possible playing the game. For several reasons. First of all, it's a cool feeling that a lot of people can play your game. Secondly, it's also a little bit of a challenge for some programmers out there to make a lot of stuff with as little resources as possible. And also, what's kind of important is we're also a company. We need to make profit, of course, because people like me need to get paid. I know it's sometimes not something that people would like to hear, but yes, hello, we are a company. We want to make money as well. And so if you like what we're doing, then please buy our games, ideally from our store, for example. But yeah, please support us if you like us.
What's your opinion on for example, guys like me or guys like us with the farming agency, that we do all the stuff for free, that we don't have any contracts that involve money from companies that we build their stuff, but that we say, hey, if you want to support us, we are not that rich, we could use any penny, leave us a tip. To
Fine.
to the other extreme, there are modders out there who have Patreon, and they basically sell mods with Patreon membership. It goes up from $5 to $50.
The thing is, and I want to make this clear, having a Patreon itself is not a breach of our terms of service.
Okay.
So per terms of service state very clearly that what we want is that every mod you create for our game is freely available to everyone. No early access for money, no beta testing for money, no selling for money, no paywall for it. If you have a Patreon and you're like, okay, I just want to be paid that I can keep modding, and the reward for that is not that you get exclusive access to a mod before other people, that's fine.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, not?
No.
Then I didn't understand.
Because they clearly say, if you pay, you get early access to.
Yeah, like I said, that, for example, is a break of our terms of service. That is something we don't want.
So this, I mean, we have to, after being nice and kind, because I really love you, because you are really a kind guy. Sorry.
You make me blush. Dude.
No. I mean, you know, I really like you.
You can't call me cute. I don't mind that.
The German says to the Austrian, "You are cute." This is strange. No, but you know that I really like you, and I don't want to do some trash talk or stuff like that. But for example, we have in our gentle gift donation channel in our Discord, there is feel free to donate here. You will get nothing out of it except we will spend the money for food, excessive drinking, much too expensive hardware, and giving some bucks to poor team members, right? So this is absolutely okay with the TOS, right?
Yes.
Okay. So then
Where's the nasty part?
Yeah, the nasty part comes now. There are people having Patreon memberships, and there are I will not name anybody, of course.
Yeah, please don't. You know where you should name them?
Yeah.
abuse@giants-software.com. Send us screenshots where they clearly offer this, and then we can take action, because this is not flying for us.
Yeah, wait for it. It's for example a guy who has 30k Facebook followers. So if you dial it down, if you say only 10% of the 30k have a membership, and only 10% of these memberships are for $50, you can sum it up, right?
Yeah.
So this is really big money, and there I come to a point where I really have to point it out, because it's something that bothers Modelleicher since ages, and me now and then too, is why do rules apply to some and to some different? It's in ModHub, and it's on the forcing the TOS on people, because I think this is something that hurts the community when people see that some get through with it, some don't, and others got through with it, got banned, and then the community makes a big social media outrage, and they are unbanned again. This is really one thing that is killing it for me. I mean, I told you I have some issues with Discord, but this is really the only thing that kills it for me, where I say, okay, rules are rules. We have to obey them. We do. But why don't they apply to everybody the same? This is something hard.
Yeah, so the thing is, we probably aren't aware of it, and that's why abuse@giants-software.com, or if you, for example, can reach out to me and let me know that. I need evidence, though. We investigate it all. We don't unban people for something just because a few fans cause a ruckus on social media. That's also not going to happen. hasn't even happened like in the time I was here. All the cases where something like that happened were, for example, independently investigated regardless of
Yeah.
what people did on social media. That's why it's not really helping. It's not doing anything except clog up my inbox.
Yeah, I get that.
It's I mean, of course, I take that feedback to the appropriate teams, because in the end it's still feedback, and it's my job to take the feedback from the community and carry it to the developers or the other teams that we have at Giants, for whomever it is appropriate. So I can just reiterate, please, if you see a case like that, we have the abuse email. You can also just send it to support, and then we will investigate it and take the appropriate action. But if we have no way to, like, if we don't get any evidence, we don't, then we can't do anything.
So that you get why I'm making this case is not to point a finger on somebody, but
Yeah, please. The podcast is not the proper point.
no. I mean,
Anyway.
in general, it's not.
Yeah.
This is what is a straight rule in my Discord too. There is no trash talk about other modders. There's no trash talk about shitty mods or whatever. There's always the perspective of a mod is made by effort, by time. If it's a good mod or not doesn't depend on a personal perspective, but it should be on a technical perspective, even if it or more when it is released on ModHub. This is one point, but the other is we really obey the rules of Giants, and we ran into a lot of limitations that could have been easily was heißt ausgehebelt?
Circumvented?
Yeah.
No, circumvented implies a little bit that you did it without approval.
Yeah, it is. It's right. It's the correct word then. So, but we don't. We don't. So we have to hold back, and there are others who do and don't get any trouble with Giants, and this is where sometimes it feels like rules don't apply to everybody the same. This is and this is basically
well, in terms of. Sorry.
No, it's just this is basically the only issue I got with all the stuff around. Why are you always so nice to Giants? Why are you talking always so nice with Giants? Because I like the company. I think Giants is a super duper company, and I like the people in there, and I like the stuff that you do. But this is the only issue I really got, and it drives me crazy, because I'm a guy who really wants to have rules applied for everybody the same, right?
Yeah, and no, I'm fully with you there, 100%. Trash talking is something that I personally don't. I really hate it. My personal pet peeve here is people who call console players in derogatory terms. Like I said earlier, for example, I don't play on console. I'm a PC player, but I'm like, people can play on whatever platform they bloody well like. And so, big thing. So a lot of times, if something like that happens where a rule doesn't get enforced, it might simply be that we haven't. And I really ask people to give us the benefit of the doubt there. And even if it has been reported and the report came back with, oh yeah, we're not taking action or something, then definitely, please, if you feel that it's total bullshit, you can still appeal it. You can reply.
Sorry if I break into it very shortly.
I mean, I do it all the time with you anyway.
No, no problem. Matthew, you are in chat. Please do me a favor and write Chris a PM again, because we talked about it. And Derp, you the same, and I will too. So we will do it in private and write it to Chris, because I see them both popping up now in the chat. So that's why I'm interrupting you. Sorry for it. So it's basically 3 guys where we were talking about, and those 2 know about them too. So just as a reminder, right?
Yeah, no, definitely let me know that, or send it to abuse@giantsoftware.com, which is actually the more direct way anyway, because then it gets directly to the people who will be able to take action.
You have to earn your money, honey.
I earn my money by sitting here with you, listening to you complaining, old man.
Oh, here we go again, my old gray hair.
What hair?
Yeah.
You're bald.
I know, and I'm much more. I'm much bolder now. You won't
wow.
recognize me anymore. No,
You
but
shaved.
but this is okay. It's just so that we I mean, it's Matthew and Derp that we can come to you, and I think so. It's more focused because you got all three then in your inbox, and you know then everything about it, right? And it's not pointing finger. It's just really Giants why. Yeah, so that we don't.
Probably because we don't know. Right now, I know nothing. Only know that there is a thing, and anytime I hear that, yeah, okay, I need to know details.
Yeah,
I'd love to take action with a lot of things, but we also need to be made aware, which is why I'm also like, hey, if there's issues on the Discord, ping a moderator.
you know. The really annoying thing is people always come up to me and say, well, why don't you do that and that in FarmSim? Yeah, because it's not allowed by the TOS. We cannot do it. Yeah, but it's on ModHub. Yeah, but if we do, we will get banned. I don't know why the others don't, but if I can promise you, if we do, we get banned. So this is why we avoid totally working against the TOS. And this is sometimes really that people are pointing the finger on.
Yeah, that sounds like a bit of a different situation. That's a little bit weird, especially when it comes to ModHub. I definitely recommend reaching out to the ModHub team directly, because I can only really forward to the ModHub team in such cases.
I will tell you.
Like, especially you put me on the spot now here a little bit, which.
No, I won't. I will tell you after the stream short notice. What I'm talking about. So, the other thing that I heard is that Erlengrad will be getting a remake.
Well, not a remake, an update.
An update.
So Erlengrad will be the third map of the that will come base with FS22.
Mm-hmm.
We will have 2 more maps that we aren't yet talking about.
An American and a French one, right?
No, we haven't said that yet.
You should.
Which regions these maps will be oriented on? You gotta wait a little bit.
Based on the screenshots, they really look nice. I know that there were a lot of critics out there for Erlengrad that it had some nice features, but was a little bit naked, cold. I don't know if it's the right words for it.
Really, interesting.
Yeah, so
I wonder why you would feel like that. Erlengrad is damn gorgeous.
Yeah, there was in FS19 there was this big outrage from the American community that said, well, the American map, everywhere trash. How do the German think about us? Felsbrunn is so clean and all that stuff. And I was just really, guys, come on, really. I didn't feel the American map as a trashy map. I thought, whoa, Giants, really? You put some details in it. I really liked it. But you see how different the view on stuff can be, and I only can imagine how you guys have to deal with all that stuff. Do we left? Do we right? Do we left? Do we right? Do we left? Do we right? It's
reality of game development. You will never make everyone happy.
Yeah.
You will always disappoint someone, to put it lightly. You will always have somebody be like, oh, I wish it would have been different. Happens to me too. I recently started playing a game that I've left alone for a few years, and the new content they brought out, I was like, they could have done this so much better and differently. I would have done it like,
Yeah.
And I think this is okay. This is normal. What's not okay is if you go super toxic into various community spaces and argue about this like it's the end of the world and start insulting people for it, etc.
How do you handle toxic communities?
Ideally, when a place turns toxic, then you need to be super harsh with it. We had that case recently where a few people thought they were really, really being clever a lot and tried to troll and flame.
Yeah.
Of course, usually I try to give the warning. I try to give benefit of the doubt because there is a few gaming spaces where some kind of behavior that we don't want on the farm sim Discord, for example, fly. And yeah, in that case, I'm like, hey, this is not how we do things here. Please follow our rules. Please, this is the kind of behavior that we expect. And then you watch a bit the follow-up behavior. And I wish I could say that in only a minority of cases people then get better, but the reality is that people then pretty much just shit all over your face. Pardon the language.
No, it's no problem at all. I mean, I learned it the hard way, but I think I learned it also the kind way because I was not toxic, I was annoying, and I really got that told by Lars, who said, I don't talk to you because I want to, I talk to you because I have to, it's my job. And that really kept me thinking. But on the other hand, I think some people are not able of thinking or having any social media competence at all. Because
it's not even a social media competence, it's just interhuman relationships, like how you treat people. We have like a lot of people nowadays have this unfortunate problem that they kind of feel like no, not feeling. I kind of brought up that being super rough with everybody is like the norm.
Yeah.
Like you just need to endure it, and I'm like, why not be gentle with each other? We're all like human.
Kindness doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah, exactly. Kindness doesn't cost. It doesn't cost you anything to respect other people.
And you do not know. I mean, I was last year to speak a little bit in private. Is last year. I mean, most people out of my community know what happened. I was so outburned and I was so done with everything. I really thought about ending it all because I was at the end. No food, no money, nothing, and completely everybody wanted everything from me. I got over 200 PMs per day, and I updated maps for people who didn't put any effort in it, and they just came back with this is an issue, and I was really done with it. So you never know if you are kind to this or that person at the moment, the smile you leave them. You never know if it saves their day, life, or whatever. Because and it doesn't cost you anything, right? Just to be gentle and kind, and this is something I really like about a lot of people, or I really like about the experience that I had with the Farm Simulation League, because when you get to know the guys from Giants or the modders that were in the FSL teams, you really get to know them in person. And I mean, we are late enough so that I can say it, and it really helps if you lay in a corner drunk with them. You really get to know a person much better, and you know that they are really kind person or persons. I don't know if it's the right. They are really kind people, and then you meet them back in social media, and you think, "Whoa, what is going on with you?" Right? They are harsh and I don't know if it is the business or whatever. I can only say from my perspective, every time I ask nicely for anything, anybody at Giants, I always got a kind and nice reply. Always. I mean, it's possible. I mean, it's possible that you couldn't help me, right? But you never said, well, I don't know, I don't care. You always explained why, and so I cannot help you because of, and it's always fine, right?
Yeah, I think the problem here is and problem in quotation marks here is that a lot of more complex expressions that we humans do in the flesh doesn't translate really well to text. That's why I actually like when people use emojis, because emojis actually tell you a little bit what the other person intends to transport. And this is really funny when you, for example, talk with older people who don't know what emojis even are. Like I
Older
wasn't,
than
you know,
me?
I wasn't making a jab at you here. Actually, let's not say older people, because it doesn't really have to be an older people thing. It's not an age thing. It's how much you are into the digital space, because the digital space has its own etiquette. The digital space has its own kind of in German we call it Knigge, and I
Yeah.
really hate that word, because the Knigge, as they are taught, are really super strict, and honestly, it only made sense like 100 years ago, which we are not anymore. So yeah, but yeah, I generally think a bit of kindness goes
Classic. Being classic.
goes a long way. There is actually, when you were talking about the hard times you had last year, and I'm really sorry that this happened to you, by the way.
Thank you.
Is one of the things that I thought about that was a song by Nightwish, which is a band probably a lot of people know, but just in case, Nightwish is a Finnish power metal band.
Sorry, very short. Hello, Peter. Aha. Hello, Dutchfield Maps. Dutchfield Modding. Sorry.
Hello. So, Finnish power metal band that I enjoy very much in the recent months, and they recently, I think it's also already out last year. They made a song that's called "House to Heart," and it's a very, very heartful song. That's going. It's pretty much a song about, hey, why are we not kind to people? Because we don't know the suffering other people are currently enduring.
I can give
You don't know, like, so why not offer them a place at your heart, at your hearth, at your fire, basically? Just,
I can
you know.
I can really give you an example that really blew my mind, and I can honestly say that saved my life. Sven Heiliger, he's in chat here too. He's now in a farming agency. We do the streams. He does on Thursday and I think 2 days a week. And never mind. I met him back in the days. He was doing something on Geiselsberg, and he tried to implement Mice Plus and all that stuff. And sometimes I learned from you guys, from you and from Lars, is always visit also small YouTubers. Doesn't matter how big, just get their impressions of the stuff they do and all that stuff.
Nope,
so I
that's
said,
how it goes.
I said, if you have any issues or problems, just call me. I will help you. So I hopped into his stream and we talked, and he was very intelligent by putting the questions out there, right? So to getting to know me. And yeah, it came like it had to be. I opened up. I really made me naked. I told him that all the people thinking farming agency, 12 people, they do all the work. No, it's just me and Modelleicher. Modelleicher scripted, and I made all the map updates. And I'm burned out. I'm totally finished with everything. I got no money and whatever. So, sorry, I'm getting in tears.
It's okay. That's normal.
He sent me a food package. Not only a food package, he sent me a monster package. So much stuff in it. And then he sent me a Logitech shifter, because I said that my shifter is not working, and he sent it to me. Then he made a shout out, and several other people sent me food packages. Sorry.
It's okay.
What I expected was that the community will pick on me as soon as I say I'm not that big of a guy, I'm not that money making whatever, because I don't like people having the wrong impression of me. I'm always the guy that wants to help everybody, but my inner self is really messed up. I had an accident and all. I mean, you know the story behind it because you met me short afterwards, and
Yeah.
so. And I really thought that all the modding teams and all the people out there would pick on me. But what I got was so much love, kindness, and help. And, ooh, sorry. Please talk a little bit. I have to.
No, I understand the situation completely. Like, I've myself struggled with depression a lot. I had my hard times in the past 20 years myself, where I didn't know if I would have enough money for the month. If I didn't know if I might need to let go of a lot of things that are very dear to me. And honestly, I fully understand if you want to break down in tears about being reminded of that. Tears because you've been that close to ruin, but also tears because you can be happy now that you didn't go there.
Yeah. I mean,
And like I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy about that for me, for you, for all of us, because I think the world is generally better with people in it.
yeah, and this is what I'm trying to cater over to our Discord, for example. I mean, it grew from 0 to 7.8k people, and they all respect the rules that I set up. That I just want people have a good time in there. That I want to see people helping each other without picking on them. Because there's, yeah, sure, there can be a stupid question, but from the perspective of the person asking, it might be not a stupid question because he doesn't know better. So before you make a lull or whatever, just ask for the background. Ask why he's asking this question. Ask why he doesn't support or give more information to it. And the people respect it, and they are really kind to each other. I mean, sometimes I got one or two people on the Discord. I really have to breathe a little bit because they are sometimes a little bit harsh. No, I mean they are sometimes a little bit harsh, but they help a lot. So I know they are harsh people in there, but they don't mean it the harsh way it sounds like.
Being rough is not a problem as long as you make it clear that this is just how you generally act and it's not a personal thing.
Yeah, and this is why I'm so pumped and into the farm sim and the next farm sim and also into Giants, because there was never ever a backstab or a miscommunication with Giants, because I know you guys in person, so I know how you joke sometimes, and I know how you really help if you're able to, and I know a little bit of the drill. I mean, I do not know everything. I can't, but sometimes I just think my part, so to say, and most of the times I'm right, and I really enjoy all the people around Maze Plus and that stuff, that they are so into it and that they really are into me as a person, that they recognize that I'm a kind one, that I'm trying to help. And when I say, guys, I need a break or I got a migraine, I can't, they are not angry at me. They are always kind. And this is why I'm so into getting our farming agency closer to Giants, closer to being recognized, closer to having the possibility to make our modifications more fluent in the game, and all around that stuff. I'm really a happy guy because I really like everybody who's in the Discord. I like everybody at Giants. I like everybody who plays with Maze Plus, and it gives me something of a fulfilling, so to say. But but this is not the way I feel when I'm on the Giants Discord. I can only repeat it. I really hate sometimes that there are some local heroes who are thinking that they are the master of disaster.
Well, what I can say is here, if somebody is actually breaking the rules and acting like a dickhead, for lack of a better word, please let me know. Let our moderators know. For German, we currently have Marcel and, me and Lars, who will take care of that.
Marcel, good example. Marcel, I like this guy so much. He was not what I expected, but he is more than I expected. Even he's the complete opposite of that what I expected. And this is also a very good and big opportunity back in the days when we really could meet in person, because when you get to know someone behind the curtain, and I try to bring it over to the community that the guys behind the Giants curtain that are reading all the trash and the hate and all the stuff out there, that you guys who are reading it are really the guys who are the ones we should not hurt, because you guys are into it. You love your job, you love the game, you do everything you can, and when you get every day such negativity, it's damaging everything, I think.
It can be, yeah. Managing your mental health is a very important skill to have as a community manager, and it's basically making or breaking you. So a lot of people think community manager is all about writing a funny tweet once and then, but you need to read a lot of stuff. And a lot of feelings, good and bad, get directed directly at you because you are the visible face of the company in a lot of cases. Like right now, even though I'm not on stream, I am here as a person.
Yeah.
Like you put my little wolf icon up on the thumbnail, for example.
You gave it to me.
I give it to you. Yes. But it's also something that people will be able to find me by, because, hey, that's my persona. That's how I represent myself online. So, and so a lot of people will equate the things that I say with the things that I personally want and mean, which is sometimes not the case. Oftentimes when I have specific talking points, like, for example, if you ask me for, I don't know, will the maps in Farming Simulator 22 be from 2 specific countries? Then, well, what I would want to say personally is probably something very different than what I have said, which is that we can't yet talk about it because we're going to reveal the details of the map at a later date. So stay tuned for that.
I mean,
but yeah.
I mean, people know me as a spoiler Paul, right? But I mean, okay, there are a lot of guys in the chat now and listening, but I don't care, because you guys know that I am as I am. Sometimes, or most of the times, spoiling is just a type of marketing. You can take me by my word that when I spoil something, it's really well thought about, and when someone from my team reacts on it, no, Paul spoiled, it's just to get more attention on it. So
Alien spoil.
So be aware. I would never ever spoil anything that is under the line of NDA or under the line of I can't tell because it's not done yet. So, and this is one big thing that I can spoil in quote. When I was back at your office back in the days, I was really interested in getting to know the people in the office, and I was really into getting some answers. And I got a lot of answers that were answered from my personal point of view, where I never, ever can talk about. But it made it for me clearer why something works like that, or why something is handled like that. And it makes me much more calm in certain situations when we have to deal with the community.
You basically get the confidence that some of the things we do that might seem at first, why would they even do that? And then you get it explained and they're like, oh, yeah, they have a good reason.
Yeah.
So you feel a little bit more trust that the things we do, we don't have some... Like, I get that a lot with slots, for example. A lot of people, of course, hate slots because compared to PC, console players are limited by them. But the slots are there for a very good reason. And a lot of people think it's kind of some arbitrary thing where we don't like console players personally. And I'm like, we don't know you guys personally. How can we dislike you?
Yeah.
We have it because consoles are a limited, not limited platform. They're a closed system. You can't add resources to it in any way, or take resources out of it. So we had to figure out a way. Hey, how can we represent to the player that, hey, if you install this mod, then you're basically at the limit of what this machine can load in terms of resources for the game. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
You know, I got one very, to quote Star Wars, hefty question.
Oh boy.
Logitech is still partner with the Giants, or just for the FSL partner?
As far as I know, we're still partnered with them, but I don't know if we're doing right now anything specifically aside from the FSL.
Okay, because there's one thing that bothers me a lot. I mean, all my greetings and my heart warmth greetings go out to Modelleicher, Sven Heiliger, who really forced me into doing some streams and playing with steering wheel, shifter, Logitech side panel, pedals, with realistic real manual transmission, with a simple IC, with all that stuff. Yeah, back in the days I was playing with gamepad, and I thought, yeah, never ever steering wheel. And now I got I'm not playing without anymore. So when we were in Poland, when we were in Poland, I was one of the happy lucky guys who won Logitech heavy equipment bundle. Mm-hmm. Because when you remember, Logitech couldn't ship the prices to Poland, so we got the list.
I remember. That wasn't Katowice, that was Pilsen, right?
Yeah. Oh. It was nice, but when Lars sent the list and I saw Logitech steering wheel, Logitech, I asked Lars, so we can pick any of those? Yeah. Steering wheel? Yeah. Heavy equipment bundle? Yeah, when it's on the list you can pick it. So I got the Logitech heavy equipment bundle, and of course I loved the steering wheel where every button was on the right position. The angle of the wheel was good, but the quality, I don't talk about it. Everybody knows it. But the side panel I got also. So now I'm switched to a better Logitech wheel and still got the side panel, so I didn't have to pay for it. I got it from this. But I heard that Logitech is working on a new farm sim heavy equipment bundle, so to say. Is there
That's
anything?
Very interesting news.
Oh, so you cannot confirm or deny?
I haven't heard anything about that.
That's sad, because this is something that really a lot of people would be very interested in. Because it's Notepad, yeah. Because
I mean, I will note this down. Like, of course, we always get like requests that people want specialized hardware, ideally made by us personally, and I'm like, we would probably have somebody do that. If we really wanted to, because our company is crazy like that.
I know. I know.
But by the way, I just quickly want to answer this question. If someone wants to apply to be an ambassador, is it possible? Yes, of course. It's always possible to apply to be an ambassador. If you're taking, kind of depends. We need you to be able to speak either German or English, and the language in the region that you are in, which hopefully is a given considering you should be from there.
So I can apply too?
Not for German, because for German we have one big boon. Me and Lars speak German natively.
No, you're Austrian. You don't.
So, jetzt musst du mal herzuverklatschen. Wenn du gleich mal ein bisschen Pappen holst, dann werden wir ein bisschen rabiat werden, oder?
You know that I got 1 year of experience with Lindner. You can't shock me with that.
Yeah, but this wasn't also like the hardest dialect ever. Like,
No, I'm really happy that I cannot.
I mean, Dropwell is from Upper Austria. That's still a very light dialect compared to like
Yeah, but
Vorarlberg.
yeah, but there are several others, right?
Yeah.
Flo, for example, he can if he wants to, or
Yeah.
so. No,
Yeah.
just to get. Sorry for interrupting again, but so guys, you
worries.
heard. I cannot be an ambassador, so please don't ask me to be one.
I
I'm-
mean, the thing is, you are already one because you have a German community. The thing is, you can directly talk to us. We
Yeah.
just need it for other regions. We need it a little bit more organized because we ourselves can't. I can't go into the Brazilian community because I don't understand Portuguese. Which was really funny because, last week, I actually recorded a little video for the Brazilian community, or in general South American community, and that was amazing. However, the problem is, of course, I don't speak Portuguese, so the guy actually was like, "We will translate it. We will subtitle."
So
Okay.
so I get the title of being a sub ambassador sub to be able to communicate with the other ambassadors then.
No, your title will be Stranger Danger.
Yeah, I'm totally danger, but no stranger. No, I mean this is yeah.
Yeah. I
You-
just want to quickly say it because Mowgli has been asking, I think, twice about number plates.
Yeah.
So there will be number plates that will be customizable to some degree. More info to come.
But you said Giants is crazy enough to do stuff like customize equipment and that. And that's where I wanted to pick on again because the new Logitech steering wheel is oh boy, they are so expensive, $400 or stuff like that. But of course the wheelbase is much better than the one that we got from the Farm Sim bundle. But I would say if there is a price tag in between 250 and 350 for a decent steering wheel, a decent side panel, and a decent pedals or a shifter included, and it would be made specially for the farm sim, there would be a market for it because, I mean. The first thing is I had to change the angle of my steering wheel. I had to crack out my table to get it to 45 degrees so that you feel more like on a tractor than on a racing car. But farm sim with that it's a blast. It's really a blast. And when you're using head track on top of it, it's like whoa. I never could imagine to play it like that. And now I can not even imagine to play it without that.
Not gonna lie. So the last time I used a head tracker was at Gamescom 2019.
Oh, wow.
And the thing is, it wasn't even just like in private or anything. That was like on a huge stage with tons of people watching. It was even live streamed. So that was an interview that Martin Rabel, our head of marketing, did. And I was basically, I got the shaft. I drew the short one. And I was like, okay, you got to do the gameplay and use Tobii eye tracking for this. And I haven't used Tobii eye tracking before that. So I basically I got told to use it while we were still at home. And I was like, okay, I'll try this out a little bit. And I tried it and I was like, okay. So my first debut actually playing with Tobii eye tracking was at Gamescom in front of like hundreds of people and thousands of streaming viewers. And I was struggling making this flow really good because I was like, I need to look good doing this. So it's actually really nicely looking.
Oh,
And,
it was you. Now I know. It was you.
And so the thing is, during these 15-20 minutes, I had a lot of fun with it. So eye tracking is definitely something I could see myself getting at some point if my desk wasn't already overloaded as hell.
But you don't need a bigger desk for the eye tracking or head tracking.
No, but my desk is already very crowded with a lot of stuff. And I don't want a lot of stuff on my desk. I'm very jealous of people who can keep their desks clean because I cannot.
Me neither. But I don't care. This is just this is just the point when you add another desk to the desk. So I got 8 meters of desks now.
I do not have the space in my flat.
Me neither, but I made it. I
No,
got rid
I
of my
haven't-
couch.
No, literally, I do not have this space.
35
And honestly-
Quadratmeter. 35
Yeah,
Quadratmeter. habe
I'm a little bit there, but I don't want that kind of. I don't want to make that kind of investment. I like my couch.
I don't.
It's very comfy.
You're getting
yeah.
lazy. The older you get, you're getting lazier.
I mean, yeah, of course I'm lazy. That's why I don't want to get rid of that couch because it's heavy. But no, I'm fine. It's like my bigger concern is actually that I will at some point need to expand my ant farms because they will need a lot of space.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be fun.
So basically, we can say now there's nothing to deny or confirm with Logitech at the moment for farming equipment.
No, nothing has been announced. So always with stuff like that, always wait for official announcements.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen stuff, then it's just rumor mill, and usually will not be able to really confirm anything. That's just a rumor because it's a rumor.
Okay. I will leave it like that. Makes it much more interesting. There's one thing that I'm really sad about. I'm feeling sad about it. Is I lost the bet, and I don't know why you guys did that to me. Because
why did you lose a bet? Bats are cute creatures of the night.
And it bit me. It bit me. No, I was betting on
blood alien Paul.
with the day that you guys announced the delay of the farm sim, and with the day that you guys announced the self-publication of the farm sim. I made a bet and I said the next farm sim will be called Giant Software Farming Simulator. There will be no number. Why did you put a number on it? Why? Why?
I mean, you know what brand recognition is, right? If we call it Giant Software's Farming Simulator, that I don't know, that sounds like one hell of a mouthful and probably also doesn't look good as a logo because in the end, we are the farming simulator. We are currently the most successful farming simulator that's out there on the market.
Are there any others?
There's a few others, of course. I mean, I'm not going to talk about them.
I never heard of her.
We, of course, keep an eye on what others do in our spaces. And it's kind of funny sometimes thinking about, like, speaking of competitors, it's really funky how a few people think we are in competition with a few other companies, which have nothing to do with what we're doing in terms of agricultural simulation. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, well, we are not in Kansas.
Because
we're not in Kansas anymore. I mean, Giants is far from being a small company anymore now.
I mean, you talk to me, who was with EA and Ubisoft. We are very much a small company.
No, because you have to have a look at the games you are developing, and there is no other. There's no other bigger than you are.
Yeah.
So, and this is really you have to say so. And Giants isn't a small company anymore, even in speaking in bigger terms. I mean, what Lars said in the interview with Mario, it was really an eye opener that the guys you are employing now, who they are, what they do, and where they come from. And I mean, I'm sorry to say, you really know that I love you, but Lars is the best thing ever that could happen to Giant Software. Because with him coming back in the days to Giants, he really cranked up the game with the communication between the com and Giants, and he knows his stuff from, of course, EA with Battlefield 4 release, with all the shitstorm going on there, and with him bringing you into the company, he only proved that he's the right guy. Right, so there's nothing small anymore.
Despite hiring me, he is the right guy.
Yeah, and I mean, I just
you said yeah to that. Wow.
What?
Wow.
You are the right guy for that. What you are doing.
I said despite hiring me, he is the right guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Chalk that up to your English kind of falling out because it's starting to get late.
No. I know what you said, but how? I mean,
I insulted myself just now.
I know, but das Bauchpinseln, das können wir doch jetzt nicht mehr machen. Yeah, I know I said yeah. Because, you know, you always two Zuckerlis and ein Tropfen Medizin. 2 Zuckerlis, ein Tropfen Medizin.
Could you say?
What should I say? No, it was the best decision he made. You know that.
Yes, give me that serotonin.
Okay. Well, Lars,
fine.
Lars, if you're listening, forget about all the other stuff I said. The only good thing you did was no, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So Giants isn't a small company anymore, and
still less than 100 people.
Yeah, but you got a lot of workflow going on there, and I mean, 100 people is not a small company.
I mean, like, it depends on what you compare it to. Like, by comparison to EA or Ubisoft, we are definitely 100% a small company. But of course, in the niche of, like, thing is, we're not an indie game. I don't think Farming Simulator can be called an indie game.
No, it isn't.
But so by comparison with indies games, for example, we are of course very big. Even, like, I don't want to call us an indie game, not because I think indie game is a negative moniker, but
it doesn't fit. I think it doesn't fit.
I don't think it fits. Like, I think indie games are a little bit more quirky, and more experimental, and yeah. So, by the way, shout out if you haven't checked out a lot of indie games. I recommend you check out itch.io. If you ever want to see a few cool indie game jam.
I mean, to compare EA to anything else, I mean, Triage, or how are they called here from Call of Duty and Battlefield?
Treyarch.
Yeah, Treyarch. Yeah. So this is a complete different genre of game developing and
scale.
Yes, yeah, I don't wanna go there because you really are on a how to say. I think the density of people knowing much more from the complete game. So I think Giants has much more really good guys who know much more about the whole game than, for example, at EA, where you got departments of people doing just using the yellow pen, the others just using the green pen, and at Giants there are so many multitasking capable people. And also the contact to the community is that what makes it for me so interesting, that you really see that input you give to you or to Giants is really heard, and this is a whole package that is not independent. It's just it's for me, Giants is really a cool big company who does write the game that I love, and they are working on a daily basis on stuff to make it better, and by listening to the community. And if you get in the size of EA, you lose that. You only see money. I mean, Christian has to take care of the money too, of course, but it's another scale. It's just I never saw some CEO from EA working at the FSL stage, building up or taking it down or stuff like that. I never saw something.
Yeah,
like
I mean, I wouldn't also want to have Andrew Wilson building the EA booth at Gamescom because I think he has no skills with that. I might be wrong there, though. I don't know Andrew Wilson personally, so he might actually be a competent stage builder, but that's not why he was hired also.
And I would never have been able to take the photo of a drunk CEO.
Maybe protect Andrew Wilson.
I would never been able to take a picture of a drunk CEO sitting or leaning back on a sitting back at Gamescom. totally wasted. This is, I would show it my grandchildren. This say here, this guy. That was a blast. No, it's. I mean, when you, if you guys out there are able or capable sometimes to visit Giants, maybe there's an event or something, or Gamescom, Farmscom, whatever, and you meet these guys, you really feel that they are. It's a family company without being that small. That they're really all love and like to do work there, and you can feel it. And this is why I'm so ashamed of people trash talking. I mean, there are always good and bad things. Everybody has a dark side, and stuff is going wrong and whatever. But overall, really, Giants is a really good company, and the people that work there are quite decent guys, and I really like them all. At least the ones I met, and I think there were a lot that I met, even from the German perspective, right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we will make mistakes. We have made mistakes in the past. I think as a company, we generally try to stand up to these mistakes and do better next time. I think that's the least that anyone can really do, and I think it's also natural to just miss.
yeah, but also the capability of saying, okay, we made a mistake, but we will work on it. This is not a God-given gift. I mean, you see so many companies that say, deal with it. You paid for it. Deal with it, right?
Yeah.
And this is really something. Why? I mean, okay, I'm going way back with EA, with Battlefield, with all the shitstorm, with all the stuff that they did. And
Paul, it's 11.
11?
Yeah.
I can't say it.
No, it's late.
Oh, okay, but no, I'm not going to. I always said, you guys vote with your wallet. Don't pre-order anything from EA. Don't pre-order the next Battlefield game, because if you pre-order, they know, they will buy every shit that we make. But to be honest, I sound like a totally. I'm no, but it's my honest opinion. But with Giants, if they really give me the possibility to pre-order the next farm sim, I will do, because I know the game is worth it. And this is based on my personal perspective, of course, and with my personal view on stuff. But you guys know me as someone who is really having his heart on his tongue. I say what I think. I stand to what I say. And I do not promote anything where I cannot stand behind. And this is something I really can stand behind, because I really, really enjoyed all the meetings and all that stuff. And I know that the next farm sim will be a blast. And it doesn't matter if you're on Stadia, on console, on the old console, the next console, or PC. It will be a blast. From that point where I am now, at whatever. I hope you
it's definitely gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
And like, honestly, real talk. If you want to play the game at launch, yes, pre-order it. If you aren't sure, wait for the first reviews. Like, the ideal is that a lot of people buy it in the first few months, because that's like the launch phase. This is where all the important numbers are basically being drawn. So if you want to support us, ideally buy it as close to launch as possible. But we also, like, I don't think it's particularly cool to pressure. Like, definitely only pre-order. If you don't pre-order, you bloody hate us. Like, no, definitely. If you want to support us, but aren't yet sure, wait for launch. Wait for people bring out reviews. Totally fine by us. We are a small company. I think it's generally a very genuine thing to say that we definitely are trying to do our best, and the FS22 will be a good game that will be worth the money you spend on it.
I think I got just 2 more questions to wrap it up, because we
cross-growing sim coming. It's an April Fool's joke.
We planned on doing a half an hour podcast, and here we go. But I'm enjoying it totally. So I'm really thankful for you, Chris, being and stucking that long.
Yeah, I'm sitting very weirdly in my TV chair with the arm of the microphone swiveling over. It's really cool. I feel like a proper radio host.
You just need the pizza delivery service to ring your bell, right?
No, then I would need to get up.
So, I got 2 questions where one already forgot, but never mind, it will be back. First question is, we get rewarded on ModHub. We
Yes.
get rewarded if we are Giant's partner. We get rewarded if we got the first 1,000,000 downloads. We got rewarded if we got our first console mod released, right?
Yes.
What is the timetable for sending out these nice badges?
Basically, whenever Noah has time to make them. So, in case people don't know who Noah is one of our event coordinators, I think his title is. Who right now, due to us not having a lot of events aside from the online tournament, is in the very lucky position that he gets to do everything a little bit around the office. And because he is very good with handwork, no, what's the word? Handwerk. He's very good at general crafting stuff, etc. So he, for example, right now works hard on sending out all these badges out, but we also need the materials for them. So like the stuff like the wood, the glass, and most importantly, the plaque itself.
Okay.
That needs to be delivered. Like I know last year we had an issue with, I think the bronze ones had delivery issues.
Okay.
And then we also made newer bronze ones because something was wrong with the old ones. I think there was something wrong with the layer on them that kind of made them go really bad really fast or something. I don't know. So basically, how long does it take to send one of these awards out? Well, they need to be made, and also make sure that in the various programs that we're using, your address is accurate.
Okay, because we received, I think it was the bronze one for being partnered with you guys. That was delivered to Robert because his address is for the farming agency. And my address for the Alien Paul with the 1,000,000 downloads on Mice Plus, it's now 5 months over it. I want one.
Do you have contact information from Noah?
No.
No. Then can you ping me tomorrow afternoon and I will ask him.
Yeah, okay. Okay, and then the last question for the evening, I would say, maybe we can take a look at the chat on top of it, but I got one question. We are not listed as influencer at Giants. We are still listed as only modding team. And a lot of people ask me why we are not previewing DLCs and stuff that is coming. And I said because we don't get them early on because we are not listed as influencer. Is there a possible way to
if
bribe you?
No, there is not. You did say that you were a bronze level partner in the partner program, right?
Mhm.
So that means you're included in the early access program.
Oh, then it maybe hat sich das wahrscheinlich überschnitten.
Maybe. I don't know when I put you into the bronze program because that's a lot of names I need to go through. And I do that once a month by now. To make sure that it's as updated as possible, but I can't do this like weekly because it doesn't happen often that people switch categories.
Yeah, it's I mean it became interesting for me when I started with the streaming because I told you I will never ever be aiming on being the next DJ Goham or stuff like that. But people really rely on our opinion on stuff because of the capability of running with Mace Plus and what we think about and all that stuff. And I would love to make some previews of stuff that you guys are releasing. early on. I mean, the one time you gave me the opportunity to do so, when you remember back in the day with the kleinen DLC, because of the capability of our mod globally implementing the fast bailer and all that stuff, so that we could test it before it came out. But I really would love to do so and do some preview streams on it, and show people what we think about it. And
Like I said, bronze level partners get early access automatically.
okay,
That's another thing I just checked. Yes, you are indeed bronze level partner, well, farming agents.
Yeah.
So, yeah, whatever. It's not a problem.
Yeah, we will have,
Because that's like the minimum requirement. Of course, that's just, that's like the automatic thing. We always like decide a little bit, okay, someone who might be not bronze level partner definitely should get that, but that's like the exceptions that we decide in a case per case basis.
I mean, I'm in person very active in the community, and
you don't need to convince me right now.
No, it's not. It's not for convincing you. It's because I get a lot of questions from the community why I don't preview stuff, and this is just to clarify. So don't get me wrong. It's not Chris, please. It's just more because there are a lot of people very active in the chat that are active in the community. So just to make it clear that they really hear it from both sides, that it doesn't depend on me or especially on you,
No.
that it's just, it didn't happen in the past, but we are working on it on the future. That's basically why I was mentioning it in the stream, just to avoid more private messages on it.
Yeah, like thing is, something that people need to remember is that the partner program is for influence, So we have very strict rules on what we see as influences. We illustrated that in the blog for the partner program that we brought out last year, where it's like you need to get 1,500 points. The points are calculated based on follower numbers. How much one follower is worth is depending a little bit on social media platforms. So on YouTube, for example, one follower is worth 1 point. If you have 1,500 points, but also and also created a certain number of content.
Discord doesn't count at all, right?
Discord doesn't count right now at all because it's hard to verify it, mostly. And because Discord is in a bit of a weird space right now. It's still a very young platform by comparison to a lot others. But one of the main reasons is also like Discord is still a very passive way of interacting with a community. As for example, like the you streaming and showing off stuff is definitely more important than, for example, having just a chat.
Yeah, I get that.
Because anyone can make a Discord server, and if you're very, very shameless, for example, you can fill it up with empty accounts.
Okay.
To break that. This is a little bit harder.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
And we need to be super, super careful. Like, I know a few streamers that definitely do botting, where they don't actually have any users, and then they try to apply it, and you see that. You get an eye for it, where it's like, you have a lot of followers, but not a lot of views on your videos, on your streams.
What I was wondering about is, you get at YouTube, you get shown where the clicks you get the clicks from. I got around 60% from actually from Facebook links. When I post stream will be on, right? I put it on Facebook, I put it on Discord. But I got around 60 to 70% from Facebook and 25 to 30% from Discord. And I don't post it on any other platform. Sometimes Twitter, but it's really not the way I want to go to. So my main communication is Discord and Facebook. But I feel more connected to the people on Discord than I do on Facebook, because Facebook is it's very short, the communication you got. People don't put much effort into writing comments or stuff like that. But on the other hand, on Discord, you get much more intense communication and interaction with the community. This is my
Yes.
personal opinion, so this is why
I agree with you there.
why I'm asking. I mean, you cannot compare out of 10 discords, every 10 discords with each other, even they are all farm sim discords, because they are very, very, very different. Some got only trash talk the whole day, the others got only very, very special hardcore modding stuff. But I really feel that the interaction is much more common and much better on Discord, to be honest, with us. And of course, jetzt, now with YouTube, this is where I put my personal opinion in every stream that I do, because I want to do interaction with the community. I don't care. I really don't care what I show in the background. I mean, of course, with the upcoming project that we have with Bergisch Land, where we will put in a lot of Terra Life that we will not release for FS19, but will be for FS22. It is to show the people what we are planning on, to get feedback and all that stuff. So I really like the interaction in the chat, and I have to excuse me for not being able and capable tonight for getting into the chat that much, because you were very important.
You try.
Yeah. But so it's quite. I think I'm a little bit out of the box with all the social media stuff, because I do it my way, so to say. Yeah, I don't sit 5 hours a day there sitting and planning how to stream and how to post this and that. I just put it out there. Yeah, it's always me you get when I do a post, and maybe the color's not right, maybe the spacing is not right, but it's me. It's my point of view, and this is why I really am into getting the possibility to do some previews and stuff like that too, because I think it's the most honest way you can do, and of course with all knowing the drill in the game, just to say so, right? So that you don't get me wrong.
No. Like, we all have our preferences and how we want to do things, and sometimes for some things we find out that specific things work out for us and other things don't work out for you. Like, I, for example, can't stand Facebook. Like, for personal use, my Facebook account purely exists so I can use Facebook for work. Like, I have it, but I don't use it. I haven't checked my personal notifications on Facebook in months. My main thing is Discord and Twitter. That's where I keep in touch with my friends.
The American community is basically all on Facebook.
Not all of them. Like, a huge part of them are also on Twitter, and just generally focus very much on Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch is I'm sorry to say, but I will never do Twitch, because it's too much commerce. It's too much. But it's based on, I'm not trying to get a YouTuber to make a living out of YouTube, right? Because if I would focus on YouTube or Twitch, I would have to dial back all the stuff with Maze Plus and Terra Life and all, and this is my main focus. This is what I love to do. Yeah. So it's quite a bit tricky. But most of the questions and stuff that I get from the Americans or Brazilian or from South Africa and all over the world, they are mostly PMing me on Facebook, and it's really hard to get them onto Discord.
Yeah, because in Brazil, for example, Discord is not as popular. They mostly use WhatsApp there.
Ah, okay. I didn't know that.
Which weirds me out, for example, because WhatsApp is like, that's my phone number. Yeah. I don't give that into a huge group chat. No. That's for friends, like close stuff. And maybe like when we went to PAX last year to America, we went into a WhatsApp group chat. Everyone who was there from us and Astragon and Nitrado, just so we could coordinate a little bit.
Little
But
spoiler for FS24, we will go on StudiVZ. It's an insider. sorry if you guys don't.
wow, that is a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah.
Like, I remember a lot of people basically only used that because they didn't know Facebook and were like, I have that because I am a student.
Okay.
How do as partners find out their levels? You check into the dashboard in the partners page. So yeah,
I would say each of us picks one question for the finishing from the chat that we want to answer, and then we will have a good evening, I would say. You first.
Yeah.
You first.
Me first. Okay. I pick. Are these images from FS19 or FS22? These images are from FS19 because Alien Paul here does not get any kind of beta for FS22. Like nobody, like not you specifically. Sorry, I didn't want to single you out here. We're not giving out right now any the running client of the game.
So it's so to say, you see now what we can make from FS19, and if you tip us enough, you have no idea what we will make with FS22. just to jump over the border completely.
I mean, definitely support all the modding teams that you enjoy, because these guys often pretty much always do that in their free time. So give them money. That's definitely something we allow. Like we discussed earlier, what we don't allow is if Bombing Agency, for example, would start to be like, okay, people who pay us money get early access to Maze Plus.
Okay, I will answer a simple question.
How much is the fish?
Oh, where's the pizza? No, it's from Giglio Alvaro. It is a spoiler of Terra Life. I don't know when you put the question in there. I didn't see it, but I can spoil that much of Terra Life and Maze Plus. We really try to get everything that we have in FS19 into FS22, and we only released, I would say, 1/3 of the things we had in mind and had ready and not ready for FS19. We will try to get it all into FS22, and I would say the level of stuff that we have and want to do is about 150 or 180% of the stuff that we did now. So stay tuned, stay pumped, get FS22 early, follow on social media the Farming Simulator, follow us. We will spoil a lot, we will show you a lot, we will start a stream in approximately 3 or 4 weeks on our Bergisch Land project, where we will show a lot of stuff that we have done that will not be released in FS19 anymore, but will be worked on for the next farm sim. And as far as I heard, tomorrow is a podcast on, where was it?
Spotify, Apple Music, and a few others.
Yeah, so just
basically where we will make a blog about it. You can also download it directly from the blog or listen to it on the website if you want.
Yeah, so follow the Farm Sim social media pages. You will get as soon as possible any information on the stuff relying or regarding to FS22. Of course, I will not spoil any, even if I knew or know or not know, whatever, because we have enough on our minds to keep safe and behind the curtain for the next farm sim. But just be interested, follow us, follow Giants, and I hope that we will have a lot of fun in the next farm sim as we had this farm sim. And I really want to say a big thank you to you, Chris, that you joined us today.
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, you're always welcome. You're always welcome. And I was a little bit nervous in the beginning because we didn't talk that much for a long time. And with me starting the English streams on Thursday, it was kind of new stuff for me to do. I mean, I have no problem joining English streams and talking, but actually moderating a stream with, of course, no concept, it was making me a little bit nervous. And yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. I leave the last words to you. And
Pancake.
Words.
Pancakes.
Okay.
No. Thank you very much for having me here. It's been a delight. Definitely want to do. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to doing more interviews in the next few months. So if you're an influencer and you definitely want to have like an hour or two with me on your stream or whatever, can definitely do that. You can ask us. You can ask me directly on Discord, for example. You can also reach out to Lars. This week, unfortunately, not, because Lars is, had a bit of a needed not to work this week. Put it like that. I don't want to talk about personal stuff here. But yeah, do ask us. And also stay tuned for more information about Farming Simulator 22. We're gonna bring out a bit of new info soon.
Good night, folks. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, and of course, you can use the link for the tips if you want to. See you tomorrow on Geiselsberg on the German stream. Bye-bye.
Bye.